Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the functional trainer seated row, and we're going to be taking a pronator grip with this exercise today. This is a great exercise for your upper back. It's also going to be working your rear delts a bit. First thing you're going to want to do is set up your cable. I would say a little bit lower than your hip height, or a little bit lower than your hip, and then you want to put your rotation arm, just showing you how to move it, between a 2 and a 4. You just basically want it right outside your shoulder width, and then you want to choose the appropriate weight. Make sure you can start off light and then slowly start to increase the weight every other week or so. Then make sure you choose obviously a bench, something comfortable that you can sit on, and make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall, that you're not leaning back while you do it. And make sure that your chin is tucked and you're sitting up nice and straight with your feet pretty wide. That's going to be the most comfortable base to pull from. And then you also want to make sure that you're bringing the weight all the way forward and then driving your elbows back. But before we continue, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
Now, the most important thing when it comes to doing most back training is making sure that you're allowing your scapula to move freely. So basically, you want to make sure that your scapula can protract and retract. So by protract, that means basically your shoulders are coming forward when you're in the stretch position, and that when you're contracting or retract, that you're allowing your back to actually squeeze. So you're driving your shoulders back. Think about it as like having a penny in between your shoulder blades, and that you're thinking about squeezing them with your back. A good tip is to make sure that you're driving your elbows back. That's what you want to really be thinking about, because unless you do that, you're going to start rounding your shoulders forward with never retracting the scapula. You also want to make sure that you're doing it in a nice and controlled fashion. So notice that I'm not using momentum, that I'm not leaning back while I do it and changing the angle of the pull. I'm just focusing on pulling, and the only thing that's moving really is just my elbows and arms. That's all you want to move. You don't want your torso to move. Also make sure that your chin stays tucked. That way you're not placing any unnecessary stress on your neck. Even if you just look up right now, you're going to feel that there's pressure on your neck. So you want to take that pressure off by just keeping your chin tucked and focusing your eyes forward. Another thing I want you guys to really think about is making sure that you're coming to a full extension and allowing that stretch to take place. I know we touched about it just a couple seconds ago, but that's important. What I find is that most people keep their scapula retracted the whole time, and then their arms just extend. I even made this mistake initially until I realized that it's more important for your body to go through a natural full range of motion than it is to inhibit it simply for the sake of, bro science. Just do it correctly, and then that way you can get the most out of the exercise. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you're not doing these type of mistakes. So like I said, leaning back, you don't want to do that. That's what you see a lot of people do, but obviously that doesn't mean it's right. Next thing is make sure that your chin stays tucked and that you're not looking up like this. Also, like I said, you don't want your scapula protracted the whole time. You don't want this. You want to make sure that you're retracting it also. And also make sure that you come to a full extension. Don't do half reps. Just go all the way forward and all the way back. And you also want to make sure that you're not like moving forward like this with your neck. Just keep it nice and straight.